Hello aviation enthusiasts, it's Natalie flyGIRL Kelley, and I am here with a short little video to hopefully help anyone interested in pursuing aviation or someone that's training right now to fly, become a pilot, either for fun or for a career. Come up with a video every week to share. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Today I want to talk about what you can expect when you begin flight training, or what the process is if you are interested in learning to become a pilot. First, you need to do your research and look for a good school. When you're looking for a school, you want to find out what kind of training materials they use, what it's going to cost per hour. The availability of the instructors is really important because there is such a shortage of instructors. So what I would do after you find a good school that's going to be fairly easy for you to get to and has training materials, lots of times they offer a bundle that they use that you can buy the whole bundle of products. I know Sporty's Learn to Fly course is what I've been using, and they have software, I guess, that you download onto your iPad or I think you can put it on your desktop. Your iPad, they have videos and they have books that they use. It comes with like a little flight calculator and a plotter. So they'll be like bundles, or the school will tell you, order these materials, this is what we use. The other thing that you will want to find out is the instructor availability is huge. You got to find a school where you're going to be able to have a regular scheduled lesson every week. You don't want to be told, oh, well, we don't have any instructors this day. Oh, we don't have any this week. It's going to be another couple weeks. You need to talk to whoever's running that school and make sure you can get a consistent lesson scheduled. I recommend at least once a week. If you can afford more, do more. Consistency is really big, I think. So I would recommend that. The next thing you're going to want to do is schedule your medical, because you're going to need a medical, and if you have any kind of health problems that's going to prohibit you from getting your medical certificate, you probably want to know that before you spend a lot of dough with your training. So get that scheduled. There are different levels of medical exams depending on what your goal is with what kind of license you're going to get. You can talk to your training school about that, or your instructor, and they can recommend what you want to get. You want to get at least a third class medical. So get that scheduled and out of the way, so if there's any kind of health concerns, you'll know that pretty soon, so that you can not spend a bunch of money and find out later that there's no way you're going to be able to fly. The next thing you need to do is definitely need to get rental insurance. If you don't own your own plane and you're going to be renting a plane from the school, most schools, well, that's one of the first things they're going to get you to do is get rental insurance. Don't be a fool and not get it. If it's optional, which I don't know why it would be, you definitely want to get rental insurance. I've seen a lot of accidents at my airport where I fly. There's not many deaths or anything, but there are things that happen, and you don't want to be liable for a ton of dough on an airplane, and airplanes are expensive. As soon as you can get signed up and you find out what your training materials are going to consist of, go ahead and start reading. If your lessons are still, another few weeks away, you can go ahead and get ahead on maybe the videos that they offer or the training books that they have, and go ahead and start reading and getting into that. And I totally recommend from the get-go to start creating note cards. These are great, and you can just pull them out when you're sitting in a doctor's office or your dental office waiting. You can pull those out and just review. So go ahead and start creating those and reading your training materials as soon as you can. The next thing I would probably do is set some goals for when you want to complete your first stage. Maybe it's your private license. Set a goal when you want to be complete with that, and let your instructor know what those plans are so that you two are on the same page. Most of the time with your instructor, it's going to be important that you two really develop a good relationship. I've been fortunate where I've gotten along very well with my instructors, but I have heard stories of not very good relationships. So make sure you're with someone that is a good fit for you, and if they're not, you need to let the school know as soon as possible that you need to be switched to someone else and get someone else training you as soon as you can before you waste money. Make sure that if that instructor is late or not prepared, make sure you let the school know that you're paying good money for these lessons. The instructor needs to be ready for you. Make sure you are ready as well when you come to a lesson. Don't be late, and be prepared. Usually the instructor is going to let you know at the last lesson what's expected at the next lesson, so you can be prepared for that. So those are my tips. If you have some tips, please leave a comment. You can direct message me, or Go to my website and email me from there. My website's flyGIRLllc.com. I also have products on my website that raise money. 100% of the proceeds goes towards funding scholarships for women interested in pursuing aviation, and Sporties.com also has flyGIRL gear. So if you have some tips that you want to share, please let me know. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next week.